My name is Januray, and I come before you today because all the rules, regulations, and statutes and whatnot, the state of Kansas doesn't seem to recognize. One of them, in general, I think everybody can pretty much relate to, is Kansas Statute 38141, which is the parents' right to exercise primary control over the upbringing of their children. My child was removed from my home in handcuffs by law enforcement, based on a court order that was signed by Judge Henderson August 5th in a hearing I was not made aware of. In the state's own petition, I've got all the paperwork to prove it, it says no service vacant house, yet the hearing was held anyway. My daughter was placed in state's custody and has remained there since August. These laws are great that we pass. The people who enact them, I believe, they believe in what they're doing. But they're not being used. They're not being facilitated. They are being ignored, trampled on, and everything else. I just got out of jail because I stood up to that judge and I said, I'm protecting my daughter from the state's abuse. She is not supposed to be in there. I was never served process at this hearing. He said, I'm throwing you in jail for contempt because you will not tell us where your daughter is. I said, take me to jail. And I went. These are constitutional rights, federal rights, state rights. All these parents have stories. You all have children, I'm sure, family members with children. And it continues to happen. You know, I couldn't figure out why would they just want one my daughter. I have 4 kids. Only one was removed for imminent danger. Let me ask you this. Where's Adam Herman? Anybody seen him lately? The state of Kansas lost him how long ago? Took him out of his home, placed him in an adoptive home. Now he's been missing for over a decade. Who's going to answer to that? See, when my daughter was abused at the Wichita Children's Home, it was reported to the courts by medical professionals. It was taken in front of Judge Henderson. My motion was denied. They said because lack of supervision, because she ran away. She didn't run away from me. She ran away from them. You know, this system needs to be changed. You need to enforce these people to enact our state statutes, our constitutional rights. My daughter did nothing. The original order that the state filed as a child needed care because they said my daughter was truant, when in fact she was homeschooled, and they filed a petition in July when school is not even in session. How can a child be a child needed care truant in July? Yeah. Okay, not only that, how are you going to hold a hearing without due process? Yeah. Protected by the constitutional amendments. That order that judge signed, this temporary custody order dated on August 5th, district court paperwork, no service vacant house. Can any of you answer that? I can't. My child can't. My other children can't. They have went to the extreme since my daughter ran away from the Wichita Children's Home to knock on my family member's door and physically tase family members to try to get inside to find my daughter. You want to talk about budget cuts, crisis? Take the power and the money away from these individuals that are coming home and destroying families one by one. Yeah. It is ridiculous. Yeah. It is wrong. We have constitutional rights to us. If our state is not going to recognize them, everybody go to the federal investigators. Maybe they'll do something.